home games, that is Steve Milton from the Hamilton Spectator, Rick Zamperin from 900 CHML Radio, Bubba O'Neill from CHCH TV Sports. I am Scott Radley from the Hamilton Spectator and 900 CHML. And today it is the 1 minute debate. Here's the 1 minute debate. I'm going to give these guys a topic. They have 1 minute to make the case for whatever they want, whatever case they want to make. And today we're going to start with Steve Milton. And Steve, the topic is this: one venue in the world of sports that you want to witness and experience and go to and see an event live. So you could have already done it, or it could be something that's on your bucket list, but it's not a team, it's not a sport, it's the venue, it's the place that you really, really, really want to see. Steve Milton, you have 1 minute to make your case. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I was just thinking about this very, very quickly, and you know, I've been to Old Trafford, been to Chelsea, I've been to Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium, and Fenway. Fenway. If I had to do this in a hurry, I would probably say Fenway in a playoff game. It's unbelievable because it brings out the worst in people and the very, very best in people. But I think I'm going to go with the Brickyard, I think, because I've never really done that. And secondly, I want to go to the Masters. I'm quite jealous of you, Scott, for having been there. And but I don't like golf as much. And I actually don't like, I like golf more than I like car racing. But there's just something about the Brickyard and its history to America because of the history of the automobile. I don't even like that kind of racing at all. I mean, I'm a NASCAR guy, and they do have a NASCAR race there. I'd go to that. But just the atmosphere in the Brickyard, and the second one to that would probably be the infield at the Kentucky Derby.
Very cool. It's you know, it's an interesting question before we move on to the next one, because the venue, not every venue is great to watch sports at. The venue can be fantastic, but there are sports that are way better on TV that you won't get the view that you would get.
You try going to now this has changed a little bit. I think you try going to the bathroom at Fenway. It's just quite a trip. So.
Rick, and by the way, you know, like Augusta National, by the way, one of the most spectacular places ever, but it's not nearly the view you get, or at least the ability to watch the tournament the way you do. It's different, but you see probably a lot more. Well, you definitely see a lot more, and you see it a lot better on TV. But yeah, it is absolutely an experience to be there. Rick Zamperin, we're going to you next. The venue that you would like to see something live at. 3, 2, 1, go.
And there's so many on the list. And I've been to, you know, a few venues: Old Tiger Stadium, Old Yankee Stadium, you know, Maple Leaf Gardens, fantastic, lots of great memories. And there's so many other venues that I do want to go to. Wrigley Field, Fenway Park is there. I think if I had my bucket list and I had my druthers, I'd want to go to the old Polo Grounds in New York. The New York Giants are there. You know, Willie Mays makes the catch there. You know, Bobby Thompson's shot heard around the world is there. So many fantastic memories in that ballpark. And it was such a weird looking ballpark because it was, you know, configured in such a different way from anything you'll ever see in your lifespan now. And just being, you know, in New York with, you know, the Giants and the Yankees and that kind of rivalry, even though they were in, you know, opposite leagues, I think Polo Grounds would probably be my pick to revisit.
Yeah, that's great.
I never thought of that one. That's a great one. And you wonder what Ebbets Field would have been like too, because it was kind of Fenway of New York, right in the neighborhood. But if I'm not mistaken, and I've seen Coogan's Bluff, and you can see it where the stadium was, Polo Grounds, but it's really close to Yankee Stadium. It's just separated really by the river, right?
Yes, that's right.
And Ebbets Field is now, the center field wall is still standing, and it's now the wall for a parking lot at a apartment. And they do have a little plaque, and you can go there. But anyway, very cool. All right, Baba. 1 minute, the place, the venue you would like to see an event live at. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, I'm so pleased, at least, that I've accomplished one of the goals in that. Even though baseball is not my favorite sport, going to Wrigley Field is something that just it will be so special to my heart. I mean, I can't explain to people what a unbelievable temple it is. Seeing grass cutters and seeing you know, the likes of people that have been working there for 50 years, the care that's put into trimming the grass. Now, with that said, I would like to go to a place that's sort of similar in its sense and the care that's put into it, and that's the All England Club for Wimbledon. There's, it's stuffy. There's strawberries and cream, but you just think about it. There's the Beyond Borg, McEnroe, Nastase, Martina, Everett Lloyd. You can go on and on with the history that's in that place and the care that is put into these places and how beautiful it is. England really played. I mean, that's a temple for many people when it comes to not just tennis fans in England. It's a place that's well respected, well cared for, and again, a place that maybe my fat ass couldn't put in a seat, but I would love to be able to just squeeze myself in there and enjoy a Wimbledon final, women or men's. I think it would be just a great flavor to watch tennis being played.
You said women's, men's there,
in the Royal Box.
Yeah, the Royals there.
Yeah, you'd be invited. I'm sure they'd ask you in.
Right beside Harry and Meghan.
Yeah,
I'm going to think of a bigger seat.
You said women's and men's there, and that's a key point, because if you go back to the history of that, I mean, what other than tennis majors way back really had that? What has it now?
Many.
Except the Olympics, right?
Yeah, the Olympics. All right, I'll do mine in 3, 2, 1. See, when I was thinking about this, it was the thing that really appeals to me in sports, other than the sports itself, is the atmosphere. And so I started thinking, okay, which place has the great atmosphere? And you know what? There is almost nothing that compares to the moments before a huge UFC fight when the music is just blaring and pumping, and it's just so much testosterone and adrenaline. And college football, a lot of the pregame traditions and stuff, and in Wisconsin, the jump around, and Wrigley, of course, is for a different reason. But I'll tell you the place I want to go to. I'm not a soccer guy. I want to go to Anfield to see Liverpool and to sing along with "You Never Walk Alone" before the game starts. And if you watch that on video, it is, every time you see it, and I've watched it a bunch of, it's just goosebumps. That many people at the top of their lungs singing this beautiful song that is so traditional with that team. To me, that would be, just getting there for that song. I could leave after the song almost. Just get there for that. That would be top of my list.
Yeah, it's
a great one.
It is a great one, and I'm always partial to Anfield because of the Beatles, right? Growing up when I did.
That wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt either.
They were such
what would be yours? What would be your pick for a venue that you would like to go to that's on your bucket list? We would love to hear from you. Subscribe down below, hit notifications, but before you do, tell us, comment, tell us where you would go. What would be the top of your list? We really want to hear from you. We'll talk to you again soon.